pal John Hartt, and let's paint something wonderful today. I'm gonna get right at it, guys. I painted this guy. This is a print. I painted this guy maybe 4 or 5 years ago. This is the gay Dorito, and it was a gift for someone I worked with, a very talented artist. But I painted him maybe 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times. So I'm gonna do him again and see where we go with it. Who knows? I never know where we're going when I start this stuff, but I know where I'm starting. Today, I'm just gonna do the underpainting, and I'm gonna do it with this dark green. Is gonna be my dark, and I'm going to use, I was just thinking of this, Indian yellow, and I don't think I've used these two and combined these two together, and I think it might have a good vibe. The Indian yellow tends to make things glowy, so I'll try those two together. Plus, we're gonna have some white and some matte medium. So I'm painting on this plywood, the MDO plywood, which I like so much, and I think I'm just gonna get a coat of the matte medium on here. Just kind of give it a little bit of that. This is slow drying matte medium, so I think once this is on, it'll keep things a little wet longer. So let me just get some of this Indian yellow. And that green you see on this that's just some greenhouse paint I had. I just feel like I always need to give these things an extra coat of primer, for the lack of a better word, an undercoat of some sort of protective paint. And what I'm using is exterior house paint. So let's see, I feel like this is already starting to, it feels like it's getting dry on the canvas already. So let me just get a little bit more of the matte medium on here. Get it nice and wet. Let me get it here. I'm really smooshing it on now. I'm just gonna get it all on there. Okay, so right now we have this matte medium with a very thin layer of the Indian yellow. I'm gonna start adding white. Oh, and look at how pretty the yellow is looking. And I'm not doing anything now except just getting paint on there. Just trying to get some random strokes. And now I'm gonna try this dark color, this dark green. I've never used these two in conjunction, but we'll do it today and see what it looks like. A little more here. I feel like I need a lot more matte medium. I'm gonna get that on the palette. All right, that's already getting kind of a cool vibe. I'm getting kind of like a cool, like outdoorsy vibe, like sun peeking in behind leaves vibe. Is this green? That's green. So I'm just gonna go back and forth with this, with the yellow and the green, the white, until I get some semblance of coverage. And then I'll start looking for shapes, not really shapes, kind of movement. So I kind of like this though. I like what's going on there, and I feel like putting the white over and bringing the green into it makes it a little less glowy, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be glowy, but I'm gonna add a lot more yellow too. Let's see how we do here. Yellow and white. And a lot more yellow, there we go. And I'm being super, super loose here. And look, I'm just putting on big flobs of paint. I'm already getting a feel from this. I don't know what the feel necessarily is, but I'm gonna get some more white on the palette. I think that's going to be a little necessary. So I know I want to do some variation of him. So I'm not quite sure. Let me see if I can start. If I was a triangle, I'm trying to fit you in there. I feel like that's what I was thinking before, just before I sat down. It's like, I don't want these skinny arms coming out because I think they'll be difficult to cut around with the jigsaw. So I'm gonna play with it. I'm thinking I might put like really fat, thick limbs on this guy, and have him, have some kind of interesting shape around the triangle. But we'll see. I'll start doing my thing. So this is kind of triangular-ish. I kind of. Oh, maybe I'll make 2 Doritos. Ooh. Let's see. How would I do that? I still want to optimize the real estate of this too. So. No, I'm trying to. That's, if you're a Dorito, you would go like that. I'm already not understanding what I'm doing. Oh yeah, Doritos are like, I think that's called an equilateral triangle where the two halves are looking like each other. So here's, let me just start doing these Dorito shaped things. So actually that looks kind of nice. So we have 2 Doritos going on here. And this guy's in front of that guy, right? Let me see. But what are they doing? They're kind of with each other. They kind of seem like they're overlapping. I'm just talking about, I think I'm making up a story while I'm doing this. So we're not a story, but trying to figure out the relationship, because we have 2 triangles. That's basically what we have. And they overlap. They look like they're dancing. They could be dancing, right? And this guy should go more like that. Okay, way down to the corner, because I want to maximize my space. So they're kind of doing something jumpy around, maybe, because they're not uniform together, and that's an interesting shape. I have so much wetness on this paintbrush, and I'll just drip some in my tea, so I might as well finish the tea now before it gets too corrupted. That color tastes pretty good. That's pretty good. All right. So we got 2 of them now. This is nice. So they're doing something, and they're doing something together. Why are they doing something together? What are they doing? They are together. Okay, I'm gonna keep drawing this triangle, and maybe I'll see something else. So right now they're just overlapping. They're They're not really doing anything. I see them maybe dancing. It looks too symmetrical. So let me move to a littler brush. So maybe they are dancing. So let's see. They're doing something. I want to put limbs on them. So let's just see if they're like holding hands. Oh, they look a little intimate there. I'm not going to do anything X-rated, I promise you. But they seem intimate, sort of. Okay. And I can feel the paint underneath getting drier. So, and this is like kind of a magic spot that I really like, where it's almost drying. I feel like it has the consistency of, what does it have the consistency of? Oh, you know what it almost looks like here? Okay, I'm seeing something else. It seems like this one long arm coming from here to here, so it's on this guy's shoulder, right? So, oh, maybe they're dancing, because when a man and a woman dance, the man puts the arm on the way. I don't know how that goes. Let's see. So, you're going down more. Maybe you are dancing. Or you're hugging. There's a connection there. But I'm gonna make your arm come from there and go here, and there's going around there. Because I don't want these to be two perfect triangles. Something needs to be sticking out. Okay. So, no, I don't want that either, because I want both the faces of both Doritos facing, so they're not facing each other. Figuring this one out. So let's see, they're both here. Stop looking sad. You're happy, whether you want to be or not. But yeah, expressions we'll figure out later how they're related. I don't really like what I did here. We erase you. We think you out. Maybe they don't have arms. Maybe they have... I don't want to put something down here because it looks like a ding-dong. I don't want a ding-dong. Or something connecting them, like... okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to kind of do... I think I'm just going to do a shape and see if it turns into something. But you see what I just did there? I feel like I made something that connects them. Right here, this like thing here. So they could be arms like that, or maybe it's like let me get some white now. Let's make it a little more substantial. So like it might be a thick appendage, right? That's tying them around each other. So this is in front, and then this goes behind them. So let's do that again. So in front, get you a little more. It's kind of square looking. So that's okay. I don't know what it is, but I like the way it connects the two. And then something's going on there. I think I'm just drawing here. That's what I'm doing. And this is nice, using this really, it's a fairly new brush, so it's not all flayed out. It's kind of nice. I can get a nice fat line. I don't know what this is. I'm thinking that something noodly, something tubular. I love doing tubular things. There we go. So, but let me do that. Because I think their expression is going to be really important. And I think on this guy, this tubular thing is blocking. So I need a way to... So let's say this tubular thing goes around there. Right? That's one edge of the tubular thing. I feel like I need to change that up a little bit. I need to get right to the edge, and I think that works better. I don't know if you see what I'm doing here. I just made this shape, and now I'm putting an outline around it to help define it a little more clearly. There we go. So around there, there. Okay, and that's getting kind of that nice smooth feel, which I don't really want, but it's helping me visualize it. So I think it's gonna go like that. And right now this is mostly white and the dark green, and I want to introduce some more of that that yellow into here. But this is looking. It looks like. That's pretty cool now. It's got a pretty cool feel. So let me play with it just a little more. You know what? I'm gonna move. I don't know what's going on yet, so I'll leave that alone. That's so. Let's see. Let's see where this goes from behind here. Well, maybe. Let's see if this goes. Maybe this turns into something, but I don't really have much real estate here. Let's see if we can end it like that, so it's like pointy there, so it's almost like it's a tail of something, a tail of something. I don't, it's starting to look a little evil, like it's a snake, but I'll change that. I'll change it into maybe. Okay, I can keep the eyes and the mouth up there, because that's really important for me to have a good, clear expression on both their faces. Okay, I just want them to be happy. I want them to be in love. I think that's the theme I want. I want my Doritos to be in love. So this is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to think, this is making sense to me until I lose it. Okay, so this Dorito is in front of that serpentine type thing, right? And it's kind of going around, and it's going around behind her, but whatever this is, I want him there, so maybe like that, whatever he is. And right now I'll put eyes on there and a smile. Something's going on there, so he's keeping them together. This guy's keeping them together. Okay, it seems a lot friendlier than it was before. It seemed like it was a little confining the way it was before with this part in front of her. So, okay, getting there. So, and maybe you'll be a snake, but I don't want you to be a regular snake. I'm gonna make you a snake with maybe an alien head or some sort of head that you wouldn't expect on a snake. Okay, let's get some more paint on this. Here's some more of that darkness. I'm gonna do this really quick. Hopefully I'll see something. Slapping on the whites and the darks. Okay. You see, do you feel that already? That's getting a bit of emotion just with those heavy, super light and darks. So that's too smooth for my liking. All right. But it's what I needed to do to make this, to find this. It was really smooth at first, and I might smooth it up when I'm done, but this is looking really good. Okay, and I know you see it too. We're starting to see that kind of that shadowy thing going on with the shapy thing. I need a little bit littler brush. This one's kind of fat. I need a bigger brush, but thinner. All right, so this guy's gonna be top, and it's gonna be in the middle, right, like that. Like that. All right. It still looks like a snake, or I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing something like a turtle's head there. The way his mouth is going. Maybe. Oh, I think I lost it. Oh, I kind of see it now. It kind of looks like one of those. I'll just paint it and try it. Instead of trying to explain it, I'm thinking those sea creatures that you used to see, or used to see depicted on old maps. The way their mouth went, it went up, down, and then, let's see, and then he's got like an eye here, so something like that, maybe an eye there, or he looks turtley. There you go. Let me see. I'm still kind of in the middle of drawing this serpent-ish guy. And just more dark and more light. That's what I'm learning more. Like every time I'm like, just push the darks, push the whites, and then fill in the stuff in between after. So dark, dark. Dark. Alright, and I'm kind of building him up. I'm already seeing him come in. Kind of what? Let's see, what's he doing? Two little nose holes which are off center, but that's okay. I was reading this book today, and one of the characters said something to the effect of, all women's faces are not symmetric. I mean, because if you take a photo of a woman, the left side and the right side are different. This is what the guy was saying. He said, but most men's are not. And I'm like, I don't believe that. I'm like, I think if it's true for one sex, it's true for another. But I think that was told in the story as some sort of metaphor for some other thing going on. Okay, look at me. Look at how loosey-goosey I am. And look, he's looking good. I don't like that stupid smirk, mister. I don't like your smirk. But something's going on there. Let me get back to Mr. and Mrs. Gay Dorito. Okay, they're fun together. I don't know if they're quite in love, but they like being with each other. They do. Well, let's see if we can find some love here. Love. There we go. All right, and this is just like the end of his tail. So. Let me just get a little bit of this yellow on there. Just kind of. I think the yellow will work better once the dark green dries, because it doesn't blend in with the green like I would like it to. So I'm gonna let the green dry and then maybe do some transparent layer over it with the yellow. So I'm still in the middle of just modeling this guy. He knows who he is. He doesn't need me to tell him who he is. Yeah. Do you now, Mr. Snaky guy. You do look like a snake. There's nothing wrong with snakes. I think most of us associate snakes with evilness, because I guess some snakes have the tendency to, or are poisonous or whatever. But we'll make your head look less snake-like than is expected. Okay, back to these guys. I'm just gonna do white and clear and yellow. Let me see how the yellow works. Yeah, that works okay. The undercoat is a little bit mostly dry. And this is probably the color I will want it, or close to the color I'll want it at the end. And once I have these guys modeled out pretty well, I feel like in the past when I've done this, I have like a technique for making the Dorito look tortilla-ish, how it has the little bumps in it and stuff. So I'll figure that out. But right now, I'm just throwing some of this yellow on. And you know what? I kind of tried this color combination. I thought it might be interesting the way they could blend together. I'm not a big fan right now, but let's see if I can make something work. So I'm gonna just get one big layer of this, because this is mostly dry. This is actually dry now, so I'm just putting one layer of this yellow. This was wet, but this is dry, and it's transparent, and it looks pretty good. Oops, until I pick up some dark green, but that's okay. That's some guy. And I think, and I want to get kind of a little, oh, this is loosey-goosey. Here we go. I'm kind of losing track of where Mr. and Mrs. Dorito are actually at. Let's try a little white on here. That's good. So I think if I put more like white up around near the top edges, I feel like if I get some white on the top edges, it'll give the impression that it's the light source is reflecting off the top. Oops, a little dark. Let's see if I can get some of the yellow and just kind of blend it in with the white, just so it's not a super straight line. Looks nice. And I think I'll do the same thing, but opposite on the bottom. So this is already starting to look good. I'm blending the yellow, the dark green a little bit, and the white, and it's kind of giving me the vibe I'm looking for. Oops, picked up too much of the green, but that's okay. We'll fix you. We'll fix you, mister. And we're right down here. But not too much. That seems like a lot. Yeah, I'm picking up some green, but that's okay. That is okay. I'm not focusing too much on that anyway. Just trying to get a feel. And I'm gonna just wiggle over this dark edge so it doesn't look so much like a line. But I do want this down. I want it kind of dark down here to say, hey, this is the bottom edge, and the light source isn't hitting that as well as other places. So I guess these Doritos are just like triangles with kind of the corners are rounded off a bit, I think. So we get you a little bit of white or a lot of white, depending on your version of little and lot. That's kind of nice. Okay, I'm just getting the white on the outside to just help me visualize where the edge is. I kind of like what's going on with this guy. He's kind of a... not 100% on the mouth yet. I don't really know what's going on with the mouth. Let's see if we can go like that. Yeah, like big buck teeth. Oh, hey, look at me. Look at me. I lost my fangs. I got buck teeth, though. Yeah, I remember like in like middle school or whatever you call it, elementary school. You know, you kind of, when you bit your second set of teeth come in, they're all big buck teeth, and it was kind of, everyone got made fun of, so it was kind of fun to be made fun of for your buck teeth because everyone got it after a while, and it was fun to stick your teeth out like that and act like a doofus. So, let's see. He's going up at a bigger angle there and coming down. All right. Good idea, buck teeth. I love taking people's advice and just screwing. That's a great idea. I'll do the opposite. He looks kind of fun and goofy. Oh, man. Oh, I didn't mean to say that. I guess that's just kind of a standard go-to goofy voice for people. Oh, he looks pretty good. I like kind of, and they rendered pretty well, so. All right, we got a goofy snake. I don't quite like what's going on here. There's something not right. I think this needs to be away. Go away. Yeah, I don't even think that second eye needs to be there. I don't think we should be seeing that other eye. I don't think it's... So... Uh-oh. 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 Wash your brush, Johnny. Here, get the sponge out. Let's just try. I think I just want him here. Okay. And then let's get that sponge out again. Alright, let's get back to the white, which I'm running out of on my beautiful palette. So, this is the top of the head, this is the top of the brow, right? This is kind of the top of the cheek. And then this is kind of where the eye socket is, which is a little darker. And we'll just kind of mix that out. And that's looking less than what I want it to be. Okay, we'll figure that out. That's not what I want it to be, but whatever. Here. Let's do it that way. That'll kind of make me better, just things around. I kind of want you. Ooh. There we go, kind of a bottom lip going there, like, hey, dude. So, I've done this before. When I really want to indicate a jaw, I will kind of actually draw the jaw out like that. No, the jaw would go like that. right? And I don't know if it's gonna work here. So that's the bottom of the jaw. That's the top of it right here reflecting off. It works sometimes. I don't know if it's working now. And then I'll put like just a little dot there to indicate a hinge. So that might work. We'll see. We'll see how it works. Yeah, it's kind of looking mechanical-ish. So that might add to, maybe it's a robot snake, right? We're Bhakti. How you doing? So happy to see you. Now I'm thinking of Goofy. I don't want to sound like Goofy. Hey, Goofy is awesome. Of all the Disney, I think Goofy. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who is my favorite Disney? I'm not a big Disney fan in general, but okay, that's pretty dope. I'm liking what's going on there. And let me just get some more white on his head to indicate he's facing the light. Come to the light. My light source is mostly here, but maybe a little bit this way. But it is from the front. I feel like it's coming this way because it's hitting his head right there. So let's say he is the I don't know, the guy I'm gonna look to remind me where the light source is. Okay. Let me get a little dark under here, just to say this is light here. Yeah, I'm putting a lot more than I think I need, but I'm really liking it this way. So I think I'm like making this stuff up as I go along. Like, when in doubt, use more paint than you think. And maybe that works until it doesn't work. You know, I wasn't like trained really as a painter. I just kind of started doing it. And I feel like I'm learning stuff now that maybe if I had the correct training, it would have been like basics, you know, that I should have learned like 10 years ago. I think but it's mostly a matter of getting behind the canvas and figuring it out yourself anyway. And I think that's what most of it is. He's looking really good. You see? I don't know what's going on here. I feel like something's going on here now. He's got some character. Let's figure these guys out. I don't want them to have the eyes they have now. One of my versions, I put a single eye on him. Maybe I'll give one of them one eye, right? Here, let me it's a little too messy. Okay, maybe, let me see. Maybe I'll give them both two eyes. I'll give them both one eye. That's two eyes I don't have to paint. These are the cheats that us artists do. We do them. Why? Because it's not making a statement. It's like, I don't want to paint these extra eyes because eyes they just take time. Okay, so that's how decisions are made. Let me see. Yeah, and I think with the one eye, I can get more detail in on it, and I kind of like it like that. So, and that's kind of becoming my thing, is just the one-eyed, like, vegetables or foods. And you see, I'm just painting kind of I don't know. What is that shape called? It's not quite an oval because it has pointy things at the end. But yeah, it looks like it's too pointy at the ends to be like a lemon. I almost painted. I finished this guy last night. This guitar. This is commissioned for someone, and I just started throwing characters on there, and they're all kind of doing their thing. And I kind of like that random confusionist, but this guy was almost a dead lemon, but he became a carrot. I like this guy. I just finished this guy too. We did finish that in the last episode, or maybe a future episode, depending on how we put these together. So maybe that hasn't happened yet. We're like time travelers. Oh my God, I love this. Dude, I freaking love this. All right, let's get this other eye on there. Oh, I think I got distracted by my rambling. But okay, so this is important. We need to draw these, and this is, just even having one eye I think is enough to depict some sort of emotion. I want, maybe I put your, yeah. Let's see. I really want to get the mouth in there, but I guess if I don't, that's okay too. So let's work on that. Alright. That's the eye. I gotta think, what am I trying to do here? That's the eye. I want I'll start with this guy. I want a little bit of a lid visible, right? A little bit of a lid. He ends there. And bottom goes just down a hair, like that, and then squares off a little bit. I don't think I like that too much, actually. Yeah, I'll make you have a giant freaking eyeball. Bigger, much bigger than your lover. Okay. Because I do think that's still the goal. I want these guys to be lovers or in love. Whatever the difference that is. Someone can tell me their version of what the difference that is. No, people know all sorts of stuff. Yeah, and this guy's going to be a little littler. But you know, this is what I kind of want to do. I kind of want them looking at each other. That's too much, but like that, or even like that. Whatever. I'm just... So you're looking at you, and you're going to be looking at you, but I got to finish that first. That's kind of got the vibe I'm looking for. So I feel like I need to better define just where this bottom part is, because I think that's better. Okay, that's pretty good. And let me just get a little bit of yellow on there. Maybe I can make it look like it's blending into there some. So I want this guy or girl. We are non-binary Doritos, I think. I learned what non-binary means. It took like 3 years for it to process, but I know it, but I can't, I'm not going to tell you. You got to figure it out yourself. He's looking pretty good already. I'm just kind of defining where the eyes are. Yeah, I think, and walking back, I'm gonna make these guys smaller, like much smaller. Like, let's see, I know I'm not gonna have, yeah. And this guy is gonna be like you. Yeah, I think that's better. And I'm losing a lot of real estate, but that's okay. Oh, this goes all the way across. Since to change my mind, but let me just paint this away so I know where the new proposed outline is. And it still has an interesting shape, I think. Get over there, you white. Yeah, that's nice. You know what I'm seeing now? I'm seeing like this people in love and they're getting a ride on this like serpentine type of thing. And I think that kind of made them a little closer and a little less bottom heavy. So, but anyway, okay, so they're looking at each other. This guy is kind of looking over here. I want you to look, I want that beautiful eye contact that lovers can make. Oh, here we go. Okay, now you're looking down at her. That seems a little more believable to me. And you're looking there. Okay, actually, let me figure out where the middle of the eye is, which I think some people call the iris. No, the pupil. The iris is the one around it. I had an aunt Iris growing up. Iris, I don't think she was really my aunt, but she was one of those old ladies that would always be in the house that were probably friends of grandmothers or something like that. Iris Zavato, that was her name. She had this beautiful garden. Every year she'd have like zucchini and tomatoes, and she would cook things and can things and cook all this wonderful Italian food, and that was nice. And let me just get a little bit of white in here to kind of help say, where is this? Alright. It's a little overkill, but I'll fix it later. This looks like it's looking at me instead of her, so. And when I say him and her, I mean they, because because I know what non-binary means.
I hope you do, because I
don't really think I know. I kind of think I know.
I feel I'm ready to get mad with this.
I feel like such an old man on so many subjects. I'm like, I don't want to really learn about what's going on. Let me just define these a little better. I think, here I go. This one looks really good, like he's looking at her. And she's looking at him. We're okay. We're good. We're working good. Let me see. Okay. I kind of want the top of the lip to be here. The top of the top lip. I think it would be easier if I kind of define where the smile is. And then this is the bottom, the shadow under the lip. And I think I'll just do kind of the same with they here. I don't know if I said that right. Remember when you were young and you kind of, I don't even have a good example, but like the older generation just couldn't catch on to what you were trying to say to them, or they didn't want to catch on. I kind of feel like I'm becoming that just a little bit. So I'm trying to figure out where this, let's see if, you know, I don't even need, let me see if I can get away without a mouth. I think I can. I don't think I need a mouth to know that she is happy. Maybe I do. That's good, just a little slit for mouth. Okay, let me just get these a little bit defined, and I might be calling it a night. Yeah, they're interested in each other. They love each other. Okay, let me get. Yeah, I think I got the relationship I want with this guy and this guy, or this day and this day. Yeah, but let's. Thank you for saying rainbow. If you can remember this next episode, excellent rainbow serpentine guy. So, and it seems like a great idea now, but maybe once I, start putting it into action, I'm like, oh, this is dumb. And that's like kind of the magic again of making art and doing your own thing. You have the license or the luxury or the whatever to change your mind and change your mind there and just change your mind drastically. So I'm gonna get a little darker here, right? Darker there. And the light's up there. Let me just get a little more light on the snake. I don't really want it necessarily smooth or realistic, just to say, hey, this is where the light's hitting it. And it's nice, I'm putting the white on and the underpainting is dry now, so it's going on nice and opaque instead of blending in with the wet paint. That looks nice. Okay, this is mostly dry now, so I'm going to do what I think I mentioned earlier, is just put a really light coat of this yellow over the green, and it looks a lot better now. It was blending in earlier and looking a little muddy, or not really looking what I want it to be. But you see how it makes it a little glowy, kind of? I think that'll be really good. That rainbow, that'll be perfect. It's just that color that I want in there, because I do want these guys to remain Dorito color, which is somewhere between cadmium green, Indian yellow, and I don't know, nacho dust. A little more here. It's nice. Even when you put it over this kind of light green, this yellow, it kind of gives it a glowish feel. So I'm liking that. Okay, let me just get a little more paint on it. Here's a shadow because you're in front of him. And here's a shadow there because the snake is in front of the Dorito. A little bit of a shadow right here, but he's getting too far away, so it's gonna just get a little blurred out there. I think that works. I don't know. And yeah, that's good. All right, that one's too big, but I don't care. I will make. And I'm adding that white right next to the dark just to indicate, just to help trick your eye into thinking the shadow is much darker, or maybe the light source is more lighter. I'm not quite sure what I'm trying to trick you into, but I'm trying to trick you into something. Okay, something's good. Something's going on there. Yeah. Okay. Same thing there. Yeah, the eyes have the expressions I'm looking for. They have to be worked on more, but let me get this mouth because I don't see what I'm trying to get here. So this is the crack, the opening in the mouth but you're closed. But you're open a little bit. This is the shadow under the bottom lip. Sometimes that works better that way. All right, there's the reflection off the top of the lip. I know what I did wrong. Not wrong, but I know what I did, which is not translating well. This hole is actually the top of the lip. So if I just make that's believable-ish, not quite, but let's get a little white here to kind of erase that because it's too much. All right, okay, that's looking like a top lip a little bit. Okay, that looks like a top lip. Now I'm just going to get a really dark line under there to indicate the pie hole. Okay, and that's good enough. And go. Okay, I can see what's going on there. It's not 100% where I want it to be, but I know where I'm going to go next time. I'm done, dude. I'm done. I'm whooped. All right, let's talk about, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this painting. What did we do today? We painted the gay Dorito, but now we have two Doritos, and they may or may not be gay. It's none of my business, but they're in love. That's what we want, and we have goofy snake dude here is kind of either helping them along or giving them a ride. He's got some sort of support role, and that's working. Good. I got the vibe I'm looking for. I got the feel I'm looking for. Next sitting, gonna throw some color on here, and I think this is gonna explode. I'm really happy with where it is, and I think I'm gonna be really, really happy when we're done in the next episode. So thanks for coming by and checking out what I'm working on. If you're an artist, or if you're not an artist, if you want to do something. Do something creative, do something unique, do something wonderful today.